Hello there, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate every click as this is my very first budgeting video for YouTube. So today we're going to go over my third week in January. If you're wondering why there's no videos for January's week 1 and 2, that is because I was getting my bearing for January. It's been a rocky start, and also I didn't have the proper filming equipment. So I do now, as you'll see through my budget here, which is kind of blown out of the water. So we'll just go ahead and start. So for January, this is kind of what my month looks like here. So I got paid on the 31st of December, which is kind of going to be included here in the first week in January. And then my first mortgage payment came out on the Saturday. I also run an Etsy shop where I sell decals and stickers and also some budget printables. And that I've set up to pay me bi-weekly as well. So that paid out on the 3rd. My condo fees, they come due somewhere around the 4th. And then the week that we're going to be working on today is the 9th to the 15th. So I got paid yesterday, and today my mortgage payment came out. And we'll go ahead and get started. So for work, I had budgeted $1,600. That's not what I got paid. I only got paid $1,275.09. The reason for this is because I'm hourly, even though I work in an office environment, and this was during our Christmas break. So there's a couple days in there where I am missing a full day's pay. And then the next option here is the rollover from last week. So I budgeted $591.01. That's not what happened either. So I only had a rollover of $318.49. So my total for this week's income is $1,593.58. Feel free to check my math. I'm pretty sure I did some of these calculations pretty quickly, so if anything pops up or anything looks wonky, feel free to point it out in the comments down below. And then for my bills, I just had the one mortgage payment, so I budgeted $350, and I actually spent just the $350. So that brings my bill total down to $350 for the week. And then the income was $1,593.58, and I minus off the $350. That puts me at $1,243.58. So that's what I'm going to carry over into my variable spending. So my variable spending, so this is where things have gone sideways for me in the last little bit. So I budgeted a grand total of $85 for the week. Where I got these numbers from, I do a monthly pregame and roundup here. So my categories are groceries and household. I lump them together. So for the month of January, there were a total of 5 weeks here. So I budgeted $425, which equals out to $85 a week. Gas, I budgeted $100 for the month, so that comes out to $20 a week. Business, I budgeted $70 for the month, and that will equal out to, I believe it was $14, yes. And then junk food, yes, this is a category in and of itself. The reason I'm budgeting for this is I'm trying to reduce the spending in this area for not only for my budget, but for my health. So that is $10 a week. I have one dog named Sid Vicious, and if you're wondering why he gets nothing for this month, it's not because I'm greedy. It's because he got a big bag of dog food before Christmas, and for Christmas he actually got a bunch of toys and treats, so he's set for this month. Eating out, I gave myself a budget of $80. That equals out to about $16 a week when you're budgeting for 5 weeks. And then miscellaneous, I budgeted $50, and I can already tell you right now that I did not stick to that. So that's where these numbers come from. For groceries, let's tally up my monthly expense tracker here. So I use the highlighter method. So groceries, gas, business, junk food, pet, eating out, and miscellaneous are the categories I use. And this is from the first week in January. This is from the second week, and then we're going to be using this for the third week. So for groceries, I spent $9.42 plus $29 plus 53.3, and I'm over budget. So I am at $91.45. I'd be even higher if I didn't have a gift card. I actually, one of the places that I shop at, I used 2 gift cards that I got for Christmas. So let me know, do you guys count gift cards as part of your budget or part of your cash spending, or do you just say it's fair game for gift cards? I'm not actually sure how to handle them, so I just didn't include that amount in here. Okay, so for eating out, I only had one, and that was $17.31. So that was over budget, even though it was just the one. And then miscellaneous, I did have a big expense for $173. This is because my car registration came due, and I didn't plan for it. I didn't create a sinking fund, so I just had to cash flow it. So it was $173. And then this line here was meant to be in the second week, so just ignore that one. I ordered some stuff from the States, and I had to pay custom fee, so that was $37.83. So altogether, that totals $210.83. So that's way over budget. That's about $200 over budget here. So I know I spent $0 for pet. For junk food, I spent $0. For my business, Etsy business, I spent $0, and I spent $0 in gas. So gas I am going to have to fill up this coming week, so that'll be probably another $50, and that should bring me to my budget of $100 for the month. I do work a hybrid work schedule, so I work a few days from the office and a few days from home during the week, so I don't spend as much on gas, which is great because gas prices are insane right now. Okay, so let's tally up the variable spending. So $91.45 for groceries, $17.31 for eating out, and $210.83 for miscellaneous. So as you can see, I've pretty much doubled what I was planning on spending for variable spending. Let's calculate what's left after this. It's not going to be near as much as I was hoping. So that leaves $923.99, which I will carry over to the sinking funds. So my sinking fund I have here is for my car and house insurance, which comes due in August. So if I break it down monthly and then break it down bi-weekly, I need to put away $37.50 every week to reach that total by August. So I did put away $37.50. So we'll bring that down and we'll just minus off the $37.50. So that's $886.49, which we will carry down to the savings. So for savings, what I like to do is every time I get paid, what I do is I take $500 from that paycheck on the same day that I get paid, and I transfer it out of my checkings account into my tax-free savings account. So this is a tax-sheltered account. I am Canadian, so I believe the American equivalent would be about a Roth IRA, and the limit, they have a similar limit, so you can put away like $6,000 a year without getting any tax consequences. So I did put away the $500 here. And so we'll minus that off here. And that leaves me over with $386.49, which you'll see is a far cry from my rollover of $1,148.60. So I'm left with $386.49 to bring into the next week. I did not stick to budget, and I did not make the income I was expecting to. So that is the reason for the low amount. So we're going to go over and move on to budgeting out next week's pay and next week's bills. So next week is the 16th to the 22nd. So I'm just going to pull out my calendar here. And it looks like on the 17th, I get paid from Etsy, and I always like to budget about $600, $500 to $600, and then we will calculate we've already calculated over the rollover, so that was $386.49. Okay, so I'm working with $986.49 for this week. Alrighty, and I also have quite a bit of bills this week, so this is kind of getting scary a little bit. I have my property taxes, which equals 109.82. Almost wanted to put that in the date section. I also have my bills, which are due on the 20th, so that includes my EPCOR bill, which is power, and that's $65 here. I have a MasterCard, and I'm going to budget, it's going to be about $100, and then Visa, I'm going to budget about $500 here. So let's figure out what that is. So 109.82 plus 65 plus 100 plus 500. Oof. That equals 774.82. And for a carryover, that leaves me with $211.67. So I'm going to bring that down to the variable expenses here. So $211.67. I don't know if that's going to be enough to cover it if I'm just basing it off of what I've been spending so far. So for the first category, that's groceries and household. So that is $85. Gas, definitely going to have to gas up this week. So I'm budgeting 20, it's going to be about 50, but I didn't spend any gas last week and I won't spend any gas on the last week of January, so it kind of balances out. My business, can't spell that word ever, and I'm going to budget $14 for that. Junk, I'm going to budget $10. Pet, he's still only going to get $0. And then eating out is going to get 16, and miscellaneous is going to get 10. So this totals out to 155 like usual. So we'll minus off. So that leaves me with 56.67. So not a whole lot left over. So that leaves me with 56.67, and my car insurance and house insurance sinking fund is going to be $37.50. So if we minus off the $37.50, I am left with a grand total of $19.17. So I'm not going to do any savings this week, and I also don't have any debt. So that leaves me with a carryover of a budgeted carryover of $19.17. So it's, as you can see, it's pretty tight this week. So I always like to keep money in my checkings account for situations like this, where I come to a leftover of $19.17. So it's not a whole lot to play with. It is just me, so I just have the one income plus Etsy. That's everything for budgeting this paycheck and going over last week's. If there's anything you notice missing or anything that you feel should be changed, please let me know down in the comments. I am kind of new. I've created this frankin-planner, if you will. I kind of use the Budget Moms templates and I made my own. So it's just a mix of everything. I'm going to have a video coming out soon on how to make a budget binder so that you don't have to order in any of the workbooks. I know I wouldn't use a lot of the work pages in there. And I wouldn't use an Erin Condren planner as well. I wouldn't be able to use it to its full ability. So it's just a waste of money for me. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. This is my first video on YouTube about budgeting. I'm trying to use these videos as a way to stay accountable. I had already kind of slipped up a little bit in this last couple of weeks, so I'm hopefully getting myself back on track with my spending. And I want to use this YouTube channel as a way to keep me accountable. So my plan for this channel is to do a weekly check-in every week, in addition to doing a budget for the next week following. And hopefully I can get at least one video out a week, if not two. So if you guys want to support this channel, please hit the like button and comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. I do plan to post at least once a week, if not 2 times a week. And if you guys are interested, I do run an Etsy store where I sell decals and stickers and also these printables as well. If you want to jazz up your printables or your planner, feel free to check out my store. I'll put a link down below. And thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you for checking in on this video. This community is awesome. I've been watching budgeting videos for quite a while now, and I always see you guys commenting on each other's videos and just being super supportive, and I hope to be a part of this community as well. All right, thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.